Welcome to the Finding Mojo podcast. Watch and listen to conversations about humble beginnings, struggles, and victories.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm where I am right now, because I'm kind of stubborn. So no, I gotta do this.
Character development really did start when I cosplayed. You bump into troubles when you're younger, and then you realize, oh, I did wrong.
Featuring a healthy melange of guests from different walks of life.
We're trying to find ourselves. We're trying to land our feet on the ground and be part of society. Who are we in society? How can we be useful?
When it comes to youth, I don't know, if you're like 18 years old or 21, 22 years old, just go love a person, love what you do. When you get hurt, just accept it. It's all part of growing up.
Be inspired, get creative, and find your own mojo. The Finding Mojo podcast, powered by BSA Solutions, the place where bright minds meet. A certified great place to work.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Finding Mojo podcast. This podcast is powered by BSA Solutions. My name is Nico. Hope all is well with you. For this episode, I am so honored and privileged to have our guest for this podcast episode. He is the top dog of TUF Barbershop and was at one time one of my co-hosts for a podcast we had over the pandemic. We're going to talk about that later on. Please, let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Stu, because I call him Boss Stu, so it's Stuart Wayne Violanda. Boss Stu.
Hi. Good morning, everyone, or good day, everyone.
Alrighty then.
Good day, Boss Nico.
Boss, thank you for, of course, saying yes to the podcast. This is the first time, and maybe it's one of the few times we've seen each other in person, because around the pandemic, we had this basketball podcast.
Right.
We called it Top of the Key. It was the time that bubble, the Lakers won that. You had your bets on which team again? Was it the Phoenix Suns?
Phoenix Suns or Golden State?
But yeah, you know already what happened. The Lakers won that. But it was a little biased because I was a Laker fan.
Yeah.
The other two members
I used
of
to
the
be a
podcast.
Laker fan.
Yeah. when Kobe went out, then LeBron went in, and he went the other way. But again, Kobe, that's our guy there. Anywho, let's talk about, of course, TUF Barbershop. By the way, we are here at TUF Barbershop as Vivo.
Axis Vivo. Yeah.
Axis Vivo. This is your own shop?
Yes. Actually, this is the branch that came from Capital Square. So we consider this as our first branch. So
Your first branch.
You just transferred from the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
Just across.
We just crossed the street and then still here in Escario Street.
This is amazing, because the first time I encountered TUF Barbershop, I was like, okay, so there's a new one. And then I was thinking this is maybe one of those brands from Manila that's trying to penetrate the Cebu market. Then I realized this is a Cebu brand.
It's a local brand, proud Cebuano brand.
Exactly, and that's why I'm stoked to do this podcast. Let's talk about you, Boss Stu. Let's paint to everyone a picture of how it is, how your regular day looks like as an entrepreneur, business owner, all that stuff.
Well, of course, today is a Monday. So basically, I wake up early, prepare to bring my daughters to school. That's basically a school bus driver in the morning. Then after that, I go to work. So I'm also employed right now as a sales manager for a pharmaceutical company. So I do, check emails, go with my people, and then at the same time, check on TUF. Simultaneously, if there are some concerns that I need to address, so I take care of it on a daily basis. And after work, of course, I'll go home, have dinner with my family, make sure I get enough rest and sleep. So the cycle continues from Monday to Friday. Weekends are mostly for family, and of course, we go to church every Sunday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Never forgetting family in the picture, because what's the point of working? What's the point
That's
of,
right.
Yeah. Doing
That's
the hustle
the point
and
of
bustle?
being
It's
a
not for
girl
the family.
dad, just like Kobe, right?
Exactly. Girl dad. Hashtag girl dad. Now, reading up on your background, the thing is, I wanted to get to know Boss Stu a little more, because the only thing I know about Boss Stu is that he loves basketball, he owns TUF. But then when I dug up on some info on you, I did realize that you are a salesman through and through, because you're a sales manager for a pharma pharma company, and then you have TUF Barbershop. Now, is this something that's really natural for you, or did you grow into it?
Well, I think I saw this from my late father because growing up, I would see him do buy and sell of cars. I would see him going to real estate. So salesmanship was part of him when I was growing up. So that's what I saw in him. And then next is I was influenced also by my peers. So I saw most of them were in sales, pharma sales, FMCG.
Okay.
So all were in the sales background. And then me personally, I took up industrial engineering in college. So it's more of management engineering per se. So there's also sales involved. That's why I think when I was young, I remember that it was also natural because I used to trade NBA cards.
Oh, okay.
So when
That's
I
cool.
when I got those special cards, that's what we call them. I got the Jordans, the
Right.
Kobe's, anything special. I'd sell them. I think I sold a card that cost 10,000. This was in the 90s.
And that was the 90s.
And
so,
then
wow.
with that, I bought shoes, basketball shoes.
Ah.
Because my parents at that time couldn't buy me the shoes that I wanted. So I found a way for me to be able to buy it with the money that I earned from those special cards that I sold. So I think it's natural and at the same time an influence for
Right.
my late father and from my college friends.
So the hustle never really stopped for you.
Yeah.
And the hustle started like early on.
That's
You know, from the trading cards to buying yourself your own shoes you really want.
Yes. And I think this is just on the side. Even my daughter, KB, I think she's becoming more of like a salesman also.
Well, what's
Because
she doing?
She has this beads. She makes bracelets out of them and necklaces. She sells them to her classmates. I didn't tell her to do that. So I think it's natural. It's in her genes. It's in her blood of being a salesman. So I think it's natural.
So whatever was passed on by your dad, you're now passing it to KB. So that's really awesome.
Yeah. That's a good sign.
That's a good sign. That's a really good sign, I have to say.
Yeah.
Now, here's a really good question. How did an industrial engineering graduate land a job in pharmaceutical sales? Oh, how did that happen?
Oh, okay. So basically, if you're an IE here in Cebu, you'd be working in the industrial zones like MEPS or maybe in Manila, other industrial zones. And I always wanted to have a car during my job,
Okay.
first job. So when I asked my peers who graduated ahead of me, so where are you working? Here at MEPS for this company. Do you have a car? No. How do you go to work? I commute. I told myself, I don't want to do that because, of course, as a guy, we always want to have our own car, right?
Of course.
Now, I had my college friends who graduated ahead of me. They were in the sales business or sales industry, pharma, FMCG, as mentioned earlier. So they influenced me to look for a job that would be in sales, that would give you your car and other perks. So that's why from being an IE graduate, I didn't practice my course per se, but I was able to inject some of the learnings from industrial engineering into corporate sales, even in TUF as a business. It's very, very helpful.
It's amazing how it's amazing and funny how you not wanting to commute got you to
Because
into a different.
during my younger years, growing up into college, I'd always walk to school. And then sometimes I'd have to commute
Yeah.
the jeepneys
Of
just
course.
for me to be able to go to school. So, of course, being a guy, again, we want to have our own car. So I said, when I work, I must have my own car. So it wasn't uso pa the manifesting term before, but I manifested that, when I work, I should have a car.
You manifested before manifesting became popular.
Yes, that's
Or
right.
became a thing. Okay. Now, in your experience, Bostu, how has sales changed over the past 10 years?
10 years? It's getting harder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harder in what sense?
A lot of competition are coming in, and then inflation is here.
Okay.
The cost of money is getting smaller.
I agree.
Traffic also is affecting sales because let's say in terms of logistics, some of our deliverables wouldn't be there on time.
Wow. Okay.
So the projected lead times do not happen most of the time. So I think sales has really been difficult for the past years, especially during the pandemic.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
of course, no, that's with an exemption. But at least after the pandemic, there's still positivity in terms of sales. But in general, I would say that it's becoming very difficult.
But with TUF now in its decade, I believe, you've made an imprint here in Cebu. And to be honest,
Yeah.
sometimes, I would go to the mall and I'd think like, I really have nothing to do. Why don't I just have a haircut?
Yeah, that's
I think,
nice, yeah.
you make an excuse
Right.
to actually just have a haircut sometimes. I guess that's also
I
part
agree.
of
Yeah, I agree.
part of the psyche now.
Yes, I agree.
So I guess like convenience also plays a key role in making the business grow, because you have to be in certain spots where the people are. Now, like we mentioned, TUF Barbershop is proudly a Cebu brand. It's expanding nationwide.
Yes.
It's already going into different islands. You have one in Siargao, I think?
Yeah, basically TUF is in the Visayas and Mindanao.
Right.
So majority of our branches are here in Cebu. We have around 24, 25 branches here.
Here in Cebu, okay.
Then all in all, if we count the branches outside Cebu, we have 33.
So apart from Siargao, where else can we find like TUF?
We are in Bohol, Bacolod, Iloilo, Butuan, Surigao, Zamboanga, Cagayan de Oro, Davao.
That is sweet. And for sure, the ball doesn't stop there. For sure,
It won't.
There's going to be more branches that
It
are
won't.
going to be coming up very soon. What's the motivation, boss, for opening the business?
Well, back in 2014 and earlier, I went to a mainstream brand it was a salon. So I went to this specific stylist, no? Every month I'd be there. And then it was a hit and miss from him. So I kind of like wanted to venture into a business or a barbershop that would cater for men only. If we talk about barbershops before, you would see it on the side streets, non-aircon,
That's right.
and then it's kind of dirty. Hygiene isn't top priority.
Right.
So because of that frustration with the hit and miss from the mainstream brand, and I saw the need for a premium barbershop in Cebu, because at that time, there was none.
There was
Yeah.
none. There was none.
So I rounded up my friends. I have Jay Lanete, who's my kababata. And then we have RJ and Reese, who are my former colleagues from a previous pharmaceutical company. And then you have Ken, who is our marketing director. And so we had Willow with us when we started TUF. But
Right.
he was the reason also why I said we could put up a barbershop, because when he did home service cuts for me, I saw that it was consistent, and the fade technique
Yeah.
was coming, it returned.
Yeah.
It's an old school technique, 70s, 60s.
Right.
But then in that age, it was kind of new to me, to everyone else, and it wasn't that popular in Cebu. So that gave me an idea to come up with this brand, with this barbershop, together with those people that I mentioned.
You mentioned that you went into this salon, and for sure, if you are from Cebu, you definitely understand what Bostu means. Yeah, it's not a barbershop, it's a salon. So if you go to a salon, you would have to look for one guy who knows how to cut. Because some would just be very basic, right? Just keep it clean here on the side. They don't even care what shape your face is and all of that. And then once you're done with it, you'll have to live with how your hair looks like.
That's correct.
It's different with TUF because you have your own
Signature cuts.
Can we show? Can we
no.
like show one of them? Oh, there you go. I'm gonna show this on the camera. There, if you see TUF Barbershop's cuts here, they have their signature cuts, and these signature cuts, they are the ones that make the look even better because, like, I would step out and let's say I go to a mall, I would kind of figure out like, this guy had his haircut at TUF.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Has to be one. Because I've been with TUF, I've had my haircuts here at TUF, not specifically at this branch, but in different shops over the years. I kind of have a feel for.
You could tell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mostly I do the bastard. No, I'm not saying a curse word. That's really the name of the haircut style. I do the bastard. Before this cut, I think I had the Bugsy, and then I also would do the Tony every now and then.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about the hairstyles.
Okay.
What are your top 3 most popular cuts?
So I would say, of course, Tough Gent. That's number
okay.
1.
Okay.
Of course, you also have.
Oh yes, the one where there's like a part of it somewhere. It could be your left or right. Okay.
We call it the hard part. It's most of the time on the left side.
Okay.
So that's one of the signature cuts that we have, and mostly it caters to the working class people.
Right.
If you want to be neat, just have the pompadour type of hairstyle.
Yes.
So that's your gents cut, and of course you have your Tony cut. That's also popular, and then we have the bastard. That's also popular.
Yeah.
So those are your top 3 hairstyles.
These cuts, you didn't have these at the salons
No.
back then. You didn't have these. So
In the salons, what you would have are posters of guys, mostly Americans or foreigners,
right.
having their haircuts, but they had no names. I think you still see them right now in barber shops along the road. You still have that. But for us, that's part of our story. We had our signature cuts to ensure that for those customers who didn't know what haircut they wanted, or if they wanted to try something new, they could choose from that.
And also, if you didn't have your haircut at the salons or what have you, you would go to those kilid-kilid na barber shops where it was like 70 pesos a cut nowadays. And then, of course, like you said, hygiene is not a priority. A lot of them are actually situated near schools, especially if it's if there are a lot of students there who are criminology students, marine students.
Right.
They have to have their haircuts every 2 weeks.
Yes.
So you need to have an actual barber there.
Yeah.
But then again, of course, you don't want to be there when everyone's there.
Right.
Because it will take some time before you will have your haircut.
You have to line up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, the thing with TUF is that since they're situated in places where people are, malls, what have you, it's more convenient. Again, you have signature cuts. And of course, there's premium to it because, of course, after your cuts, you have a massage. They put some
Moisturizers
on your face and all that stuff. It's beautiful, man. If you haven't been here, especially for the gentleman right there, might want to try the nearest TUF Barbershop to you. This is a good question because I've been curious about this. The TUF Barbershop, are you going to be sticking to just men's haircuts, or are you open to having women's cuts in the future?
Well, for the brand itself, we're sticking with the men's services. All right, since TUF is really for the gentlemen.
Okay.
At Cebu and of course for the Philippines. But currently, we have some female customers who patronize us.
Okay.
So they come to TUF barbershop branches. They have their haircuts. They have their hair dye.
That I did not know. I really thought you just stick to like cuts. I didn't even know that you have like hair products or what have you.
We do have hair dye services.
Oh, hair dye services.
Yeah, basic shades, and then we also have our therapies. That's what we call them. We also have our premium services. This ensures also that the grooming of men is holistic. So meaning
That's true.
besides from looking good, we ensure that their hair health is also good. If ever we venture into women's services, I think it'll be a different brand.
Yeah, right.
It wouldn't be TUF anymore.
Okay. Let's see how creative you can be on the spot. If you were to name that brand, if you were to like put it out there, what would
I
that
haven't, as of now, I haven't thought of a name for a salon. It's more for a nail spa. I was thinking to name it TUF as Nails. Right?
I love it. I love
It's
it.
catchy.
Yeah,
and it's relevant
catchy.
to the service.
Catchy.
But for a salon, I've been thinking about it, but it will be, I think, far from the current branding.
If we had like an avenue where I could have my haircut, have my mani
Right.
and pedi, but still look very manly,
Yeah.
that could work. That could work.
Let's see, maybe soon, but as of now,
But that's a catchy name. If that,
Yeah, thank you,
Like
thank
you
you.
nailed it. If that would work, if you are gonna push for it, man, I'd go.
So you got it on record. Nobody should use that name.
Yes, toughest nails.
Yeah.
Patent pending. Okay, so for the benefit of everyone who's watching the podcast, TUF, it's TUF, not spelled TOUGH.
Yeah.
TUF Barbershop. TUF means the urban fade. Who came up with the name?
Well, I was one of them who came up with the name, and then I consulted one of my good friends from a marketing firm. He used to be with a marketing firm before in Manila. So when we came up with around 3 names, and then this was the most catchy name, the Urban Fade or Tough. So I asked him, if we come up with a brand, should we name it as the Urban Fade or just come up with the acronym? So I think after a day or two, he told me, just go with the acronym. It's catchy, there's only one syllable. And then with the logo that we presented, it was also appealing, to the visuals, and then it was also manly. So that's why we decided to come up with a brand name Tough.
So the logo for TUF is the letters TUF.
Right.
What's the little triangle?
But it's just more of an accent to the logo, so that it wouldn't be too plain, and at the same time it would represent also the 3 archipelago. What would they call this?
Luzon,
Reg-
Visayas,
yeah.
Mindanao.
So that's part of our vision, is to be around Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao in a couple of years. So we're turning 10 years. We already have 33 branches across Visayas and Mindanao.
Yes.
So I think there's one more spot in the triangle that we have to conquer, which is Luzon or Manila.
Do you have inquiries now for
We've
Manila
had a
branches?
lot of inquiries for Manila. The problem is the location. We're having a hard time to come up with a strategic location, because most of the locations that they want are always occupied. There are no vacant spaces. So we want to create a really good and major impact if we have our first branch in Manila. So we're very careful where to place our first branch there. But God willing, hopefully we could have it this year. Still have around 5 months to go for 2025.
And it would be the best time to actually open, since you are about to hit 10 years.
10 years,
this September.
yes.
Right. So that would be a great icing on the cake,
That's correct.
so to speak.
Yeah.
Now, talking about that, what's your best advice for this generation? For our company, it's BSA Solutions. Now, if TUF is the urban fade, for us, BSA means build, scale, accelerate. So we have a lot of virtual assistants, mostly serving Australian clients. Now, that's kind of the nature of the job for the company. But what would be your best advice for this generation on how they can build, scale, and accelerate their careers?
To answer that question, an advice to the generation right now, I'd still take it from the mantra of Mamba mentality.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant, which is, that's BSA, right? TUF, BBE. Be better every day. That's about it.
Sweet.
You really have to make sure that today you learn something, you improve on something. The following day, same thing. Improve on your weaknesses, improve on your deficiencies, and then learn something new from a different person. It may be from your family, your colleague, or from a stranger. You can learn a lot of things from strangers also.
That's
so
true.
I think that's very straightforward. Be better every day. That's one piece of advice that I can give the current generation right now.
I like what you're alluding into, just hearing things from different people,
Yeah.
Listen to their aspects or how they perceive things,
Yeah.
because you'll never know. They might give you like an even better perspective at how you look at things.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best advice come from random people, like people who don't even know you.
Yes.
Because sometimes when you talk to people who know you, they might just sugarcoat,
Yeah.
or
They-
they just wanna say what you wanna hear.
Yes.
But then when you talk to like random people, or if they just strike up a conversation, and then you talk about different topics, who knows? They might just give you like nuggets of wisdom.
That's right.
Now, TUF Barbershop, congratulations, by the way, on the 10
Thank you,
years.
thank you.
That is awesome, man.
Thank you.
10 years in the business for sure. There's going to be a lot more things in store. By the way, if there are people who are interested to be part of the TUF family, it's still open for franchising.
Yeah, it is. All they have to do is message our Facebook page and inquire about the franchising scheme. So one of my staffs would respond to them, and yeah, well, I'll get in touch with them.
In those 10 years, for sure, you have a lot of people to thank. Boss 2, I believe this is your time. Let's go ahead. Let's give your IOUs, your shout outs to
Yeah.
the people who have helped you all these 10 years.
Of course, first of all, I'd like to give praise and glory to our Lord Jesus Christ. Without Him, this wouldn't be possible. So, of course, I thank God for giving us this business, TUF Barbershop. That's number one. Next is, of course, my partners. I already mentioned their names earlier. So, without them also, we wouldn't be a team, or we wouldn't be coming up with this brand of ours. So, next would be our franchisees. I'd like to thank our franchisees for having the big confidence and the trust in the brand. So most of them were previous customers who now became
Wow.
branch owners.
That is
Right? And most importantly, of course, I'd like to thank all the barbers and staff of TUF Barbershop. Without them, we wouldn't be around also, because it's their skill,
That's right.
it's the customer service that they project. That's very important for our business.
Okay, you said 33 branches. Would you know how many barbers you have currently?
This is a rough estimate of around 150 across Visayas and Mindanao.
That is sweet. This is me trying to satisfy my curiosity. Now,
Yeah.
how do these barbers like pass? What does it take for them to be part of
The
TUF
team,
barbers?
of course, before they join the team, they must be skilled already. So minimum of about 2 years or higher. So that's number one. They have to be a team player, and then they have to be respectful also. So those three characteristics or qualifications. And then we have this internal training that they have to undergo. So we have our trainers here in this branch. We have Lin and Richard who trains them. So they also must pass the standards of Lin and Richard when it comes to training. So there have been a couple of applicants who didn't make it because they still need to improve on their skills. So we have to let them go, and then we have to tell them to improve more, and then come back maybe a couple of months or a year after, reapply, and let's see if they would pass our internal training. So that's one good thing that we have. We don't just plug and play them.
Right.
They need to go through our we call the tough standards of training.
Yeah, because again, with these signature cuts, you have to make sure you nail it each and every time.
Right.
I say this as someone who is a customer of TUF. They are very particular with your face, the shape of your face. They're particular with even with your
Texture,
hair,
the texture.
the texture. Or if your scalp is, if they see like you have a lot of dandruff, they actually would recommend, maybe you want to do the treatments and
Yeah.
everything. And who else?
I'd like to thank our suppliers who've been with us from the start. And then, of course, special shout out to Shan Man. He's the guy who told me to go with the brand TUF. He's been with us since since it started. Wow. So he actually supplies our 8 Wolves pomades. So
Okay.
he used to be he used to be an office guy or a corporate guy.
Okay.
And he ventured into his own business, which is 8 Wolves.
That is
So yeah, we have it in stock in all of our branches.
Ah.
And then of course my family, Yeka, my wife, my daughters, Keisha, KB and Kalai, and then my parents. Of course, I wouldn't be here if not for them. My mom, Beth, who is in the US right now, and my late father, Papa Ed. So thank you, Pa.
Something to spice things up in like different TUF barbershop locations. There's something always new. Like here, it's the first TUF Barbershop that I've seen that has like a vinyl. You can play vinyl here.
Yes.
Now in the Bonifacio location, they sell like caps,
Shoes,
shirts, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're like a franchisee, you can do other things.
They can
apart
play
from-
around with the concept.
Ah.
We have a standard concept,
Right.
and then we also share with them what they can do. You know, if there's space, why not utilize the space for some things like extra merch, aesthetics, and of course that functions.
Yes.
The vinyl player in CDO, they have a billiards table over there.
They do?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, anything that would fit the brand, we allow it to be part of that certain branch as long as they ask permission, and we approve of it.
And if it's the season, you can always watch an NBA game live.
Right. Yeah, we have some branches also who
Right.
have TVs that
Yeah.
also show NBA games and sports.
And that's exactly why when I was like looking for someone to talk to for the podcast episode, I was like, I have to talk to Boss 2 because it's the perfect time. They're about to hit a decade. They're
Right.
celebrating
Yeah,
it this
yeah.
September. This is a Cebu brand. We should amplify that this brand was created here in Cebu. It's about to hit nationwide. Once we hit a Luzon area, then we are nationwide, baby. Congratulations. How about a big
Thank
hand
you.
for Boss 2, everybody? There you go. And thank you so much for having us here. It's
Yeah.
our second on location shoot for the podcast. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Boss Nico. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. And again, this is another episode of the Fighting Mojo podcast. We are brought to you by your friends from BSA Solutions. Till the next episode, cheers. Have a great one.
Cheers.
Welcome to the Finding Mojo podcast. Watch and listen to conversations about humble beginnings, struggles, and victories.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm where I am right now, because I'm kind of stubborn. So like, no, I gotta do this.
Character development really did start when I cosplayed. You bump into troubles when you're younger, and then you realize, oh, I did wrong.
Featuring a healthy melange of guests from different walks of life.
We're trying to find ourselves. We're trying to land our feet on the ground and be part of society. Who are we in society? How can we be useful?
When it comes to youth, I don't know, if you're like 18 years old or 21, 22 years old, just go love a person, love what you do. When you get hurt, just accept it. It's all part of growing up.
Be inspired, get creative, and find your own mojo. The Finding Mojo podcast, powered by BSA Solutions, the place where bright minds meet. A certified great place to work.